Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to that exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host and Proline, the one and only Master Propaganda, Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland.
29 weasels ready to deploy.
Here with the 2v2 on Eindhoven. In the north it is Maxis and Hunter fighting for the Deutsches Afrikakorps, the German army, here with the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division. In the south it is Delirious and Lattouf with the 34th Infantry Division. You got Jeeps Weasels as Lattouf jumps right into Spec Ops versus Panzergrenadiers and bikes there from Maxis and Hunter, with no immediate battle group choices there. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big hearty thanks for commenting and liking on the videos. Really helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. And so, of course, here we are, ever closer to, I don't know what, as the... Again, we're supposed to be getting something, battle group-wise towards the end of the year, but so far, still no word on it. So, Rifleman here for Delirious, following up on his mighty... Oh, Lattouf and his Weasel. Looks like Delirious actually cancelled his Jeep. 250 half-track rushed out here by Maxis. The 250 half-track, Leiter, Schützen, Panzerwagen. He's there pushing ahead. No upgrades forward yet. Shot the munitions for, and there go. Delirious commits to heavy weapons. Big shock. More Panzergrenadiers, the 100 first shots fired here by the northern castle ruins. We got the 250 half-track supporting. Panzer goes more on the centre here. The skirmish from the centre news quickly withdrawing here. Panzer being pushing westwards here. Panzergrenadier squad almost done. We got another one from Maxis. More rifleman here for Delirious as Lattouf is floating, but a man polite will go for more riflemen. They could of course surprise us with something else. West side here, German forces pushing ahead here. Staying close together, the scout team pushing on the field point here. East side, 250 traffic down the Weasel here. Going for it. Swiftly and aggressively. There's a bit of skirmishing here and there.
Point captured.
Bit of light skirmishing on the west side. We got another obstacle on the way here for Lattouf. Finally, fair bit delayed there. Light support company for Maxis. None yet for Hunter, who's going for another Panzer Pioneer squad. But for the field contingent, it's not looking great for Delirious. It's like he's committing like a few units here against a larger German force. Typically, not the greatest way to win in play, not when you like got no cover to hide behind. That really makes it a bad engagement there for Delirious to try and fight. East side here though, America stands somewhat. With another rough squad, the almost done for Lattouf. So Maxis and Hunter, they've yet to go for a battle group here. Eine Kampfgruppe. Guessing at least one of them is going to go for armor support, the other's going to end up with Panzerjäger. That could surprise us with something else. We'll have to see. Light support company behind it now as well.
A victory point is under enemy control.
We got here Maxis trying to go cut upon mess there with the American resources again to come, but also at the same time avoiding like fighting inside the castle ruins with like assault troops, which I think is a bit sensible tactical approach. Much harder here for the Americans just to dig in behind heavy cover and defend the cut-off one. Do get assault position with Maxis, thumbs up. West side, Hunter's push continues here as we got Delirious counter-attack. He's going for the mechanized support center. Lattouf with the infantry support center. Ambulance for Hunter. Got the rascal engineers pushing further westwards here, driving in a wedge, but also allowing themselves to get a bit cut off there by the Germans. Risky, if anything, there by Delirious. Assault gun is almost done there for Maxis. He's on the run there, routed. Crowd will push up further close in the center. Medic station on the move for Lattouf. Naval engineers being really gunned down here by Delirious. Definitely, I think, underestimating the Germans and their capacity. Shooting. Crowd going in here. Goes up inside the 250 half-track. The Leiter, Schützen, Panzerwagen. Lattouf continues to make great progress in the east as the see Maxis shifting westwards to assist his teammate and cut off on them being struck here. He was maneuvering, catching the ambulance, almost like he just sensed the ambulance to come through there. Just made the correct moves. But now we got Roscoe being surrounded by Germans. The retreat path here being heavily covered by a lot of very very annoying Germans with a lot of guns here. Plus, of course, got the assaulters in the half here. Delirious may just have completely underestimated his opponents. We do get some smoke here from Lattouf. I would say a nice attempt to save them, but even here the smoke doesn't actually cover the retreat path. It's like, yeah, nice, but far from as efficient. MG-34 there for Hunter, Panzerjägers for Maxis. Getting the Weasel upgraded finally a bit late to the party. The motor pool almost done for Delirious. Bazooka teams for Lattouf.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Good old bazookas. And we got 50 kills there for Delirious as well.
They have taken our victory point.
Take a base here. Panzerjägers stand ready. We got the Weasel pushing forward. See bazooka team almost done there for Lattouf, the Lattoufist. Hunters then engaged with Weasel. We got private support docking out there. The entire building suddenly becomes a hotspot for German grenades. Fast bombers of the Maxis. Germans there now really going the counter-offense against the Americans here. Weasel goes up in flames here, suddenly becomes an incendiary bathtub there. So German offensive continues, propped up by a lot of flamethrowers there, a total of 3 of them, so making it tough here for the Americans, just easily use cover. Do have a 2-fielder machine gun at the vertical there on the move.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
I'm getting into position here. More Panzer Pioneers from Maxis, quite a few of them there. I see up the DAK venting. Panzer Pioneers on the Hunter's command though need a very much ballistic in there.
The enemy has taken territory from us.
The American counter-response is just as fierce as the Germans' initial move there. There you go, more damage being inflicted upon the Germans, and the Americans think quite a beating. The guy actually Italian for the Maxis. Mild surprised, it does still see a fair amount of usage. It's just not as popular as Panzerjäger armor support, really. Greyhounds for Delirious.
Under attack. We must act.
Fighting with some mobile and surprisingly durable anti-infantry ability with some lighter vehicles.
They've captured a victory point.
As Lattouf commits to more bazookas.
Rifles have completed our orders.
We'll have to see where that goes. Fire support elements on there for Mr. Hunter.
Bazooka squad reporting in.
Scouts on the west propping further ahead here. Flak feeling after almost done for Mr. Hunter. Greyhound right around the corner here for Delirious. He has caught here by an enemy fed 14, nicely hidden inside the orchard. In the air, got soldiers rushing forwards. A bit hazardous driving there, I feel like, with the half-deck just swinging left and right quite aggressively right into the bazooka team. 2 grenades are slowly arriving into the front line. As for Delirious, well, he's certainly taking a beating, and more crucial, he's not replacing many, if any, of the losses. He's obviously got the Greyhound out, but on the ground he doesn't quite have as much as his teammate.
The victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Germans there from Maxis make another massive push for the center here. On the west side, we got Hunter with his own aggressive push here. More rapidly happening for Delirious. Thumbs up.
The munitions point is being attacked.
The Americans also have good map control, but casualty-wise, they're definitely the one paying the higher bills. Maxis committing to more mighty Panzerjägers and Delirious. The nearly Delirious moves commits to another Greyhound. More mercy there.
Sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
Right from the scout team's Greyhound was the half-track kaput, utterly smashed in, and wow! In a really big twist, both net players are actually going for Italian infantry. Can't say I saw that one particularly coming, but here we are. Always nice for the surprise, I'd say. Thumbs up to that, even if I generally discourage both players going for the exact same battle, because it does leave them a bit strategically more committed to one direction. Left side of your there, caught up with a shit. We hit under heavy flak fire there. We got more machine guns full of Lattouf, BARs on the way for Delirious. Well, he does have 2 Greyhounds. The way he's playing, you wouldn't feel like he's got 2 Greyhounds. The Germans certainly being impacted heavily by them so far. Plus, this is where our ability to hunt, which does not pull them in. Lattouf himself could consider calling an SSF command in the future. As for Delirious, I'm not entirely sure what the game plan is, and he's got the ability to upgrade 30 cals into 50 cals, but he doesn't actually have like any 30 cals whatsoever, so I'm not entirely sure here what Delirious is playing at, honestly. Maybe he had an idea and just kind of dropped in and just realized, hang on, why go for 50 cals when they just slowly save up for a Pershing? Ambulance now for Maxis. Not just allowing his teammate to get all the sweet ambulance action against the Americans. And we got anti-tankers there for Delirious.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
Got the green there, applying some pressure. We got a pack 38, a nice position here by Hunter. Thumbs up. Ross the two called in the Italian assault engineers. This time, Lattouf actually managed to support his teammates to shoot the smoke a bit more effectively this time around. As Maxis takes up with the Panzer Commando.
The munitions point is being attacked.
There's an additional fun fact about the Pack 38, but they'd actually take a bunch of them, just add French guns to them. They call that the Pack 38 dash. The Pack 97 dash 38. There we go.
We've lost the territory sector.
DAK servers on quite a few fronts, and I think until the very end of the war. So, little fun note there. Again, just highlighting the fact the Germans just couldn't produce enough equipment to equip all the troops themselves, so they basically converted a lot and just outright just straight up used it directly. But it's always interesting to find. And 79, 74. Panzer got to coming in the fight from the Greyhound here. Americans have somewhat stabilized after those initial setbacks here, but the Germans still have a quite significant force here, and the Americans, I think Delirious still needs to pick up the pace of it. We've got BARs almost done it for Lattouf.
Rifles have arrived.
Mark targets. Guess he's not going to go for SSF commander anytime soon. Stukas and Fuss from Maxis there. And in response to what the Americans are doing, just smashing them apart with rockets. Panzer is advancing in the heavy fire for the Americans, with the Americans all themselves experiencing some heavy fire. Goes to the half track. Panzer's won over this Panzer Commander, leading the Americans and the ones behind them in the tank race. I believe now they've gone for a tank. Oh, no, mind. Tank damage. So, yeah, no tank damage yet for the Americans. He's going to go for it soon. And in the case of Delirious, if he is on for the Pershing, which all signs indicate, he's probably not going to be taking up at all. Meanwhile, Lattouf going for another 30 caliber machine gun trying to match the German infantry. Shooting it down. There's himself the weapon support center.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Definitely looking, at least from Delirious side, like a Pershing sword. Lattouf, of course, could go for the whiz-bang stall, which is definitely something you see from time to time. But then, like, you know, use the whiz-bangs as the veterans one, pop the rocket parts, which are ready Sherman, and then just recycle in the new whiz-bang. It's an actual strategy that some players will utilize.
We're losing. The victory point is
taking losses, MG there on the way for Delirious. Finally going for something like that. We've lost one Greyhound, not been right here for Delirious of anything. Now your Struggles was unleashing hell here, trying to find to the Allied base home to catch some. Nope, trying to get the machine here instead. Crew absolutely expunged. The rockets went through the car.
We have smoke screens ready to deploy.
Also, a little fun fact when talking about converted anti-tank guns. In the case of the Stukas of Fuss rockets or needle level rockets, they'd actually take some, you know, gun mounts from the scissor guns and actually just slap a pair of rockets on them. Gives them like a very, very small improvised needle there for instance. Meanwhile, Flak 36 here for Maxis. Bring in the big guns, of course, only an iconic gun there, used heavily by the Germans throughout the war. They'd also use Italian versions, you know, similar to it, and also Soviet, you know, Russian anti-aircraft guns will also see a fair amount of usage in particular cause on the Eastern Front. So there's some more fun bits here. Now the route squad full of Lattouf, no SSF commanders clearly from him, and yeah, Delirious there pushing up the right-hand branch there of the battle group, so clearly aiming for the Pershing now in a much more dedicated and focused manner. Of course, could upgrade some of his 30 cals there to 50 cals as well. German forces in the Maxis realizing that, you know, perhaps they should try hitting the eastern field point instead of attacking into all the Allied guns are pointing all the time.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
West side here, American forces trying to make a run for the victory point, instead find some fairly entrenched Germans who are not quite keen on getting that victory point without getting fire. The one with Delirious clearly is not keen on giving them. Center though falling to the forces of democracy under Lattouf, even as the castle ruins are quickly being gobbled up by the German Reich. We will need to counter into that fast. We've got the flank 36 here setting up. Got Hunter a bit ensconced in the west, which could theoretically allow Delirious to support Lattouf here in the center. He's briefly maybe come and swarm Maxis doing a lot of damage to that. We almost have Stuka's Cruiser with bazookas.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
Close call there for Maxis, if anything. There you go. Hunter picking up the fact that something's happening. He starts shifting his forces that way. That this could actually open up a path here for Delirious, though. On the other hand, of course, this also means that Lattouf's going to be up against two players, so it may not be quite as smooth hit by Delirious as he'd like to believe it to be. We shall have to see. A lot of back and forth here.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Got a multi-team there about here for Delirious. Dust with it. Almost got a trouble coming from the Allies against the Axis. That's never going to be a headache for the Germans. The longer it goes on, the bigger the headache becomes. Houses there building up for Hunter. Goes for it.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
And of course, I've told you what Maxis goes for. We also go for houses. It's possible or plausible. There we go, the house out here for Hunter. 105mm Italian howitzer. And there you go, tank depot for Delirious. And not just a full stall on for the Persian Beast. As for Delirious, or for Lattouf, we'll have to see what he does here. Italian Wasp turret, they're leading the attack on the west side. 30 cal, they're being hammered, the flank being half back here. German forces converging center-west, Axis here making a big push here. Allied forces not quite, I think, positioned correctly for that. And there goes with rockets.
They have taken our victory point.
Support weapons. You see Lattouf getting... Oh! I was about to say lucky, but no, he did not get lucky. His 30 cal gets sleep obliterated. American counterattackers in the 30 cal filling up a good portion of Maxis soldiers just flops ahead, thinking Stuks was into that, and clearly it had not. Fortunately, flying out the Axis forces this time, the howitzer. Grenades are being flung at the German blob, they're compelling Maxis to find retreated, rather than suffer any too needless casualties.
A strategic point is being claimed.
Scouts for the flamethrowers, barred up rifle, catching the treating comes with a bit of ice in west center. We've got a big push by Hunter, completely slicing through the Allied lines. We're not ready for this level of German aggression. Panther fleet on the way for Maxis, even as Hunter's Panther is hitting the field. The Allies definitely nowhere close to the tank, except maybe Lattouf, who tried to go for the whiz-bang, and even then, the responsive actions weren't really even getting it in a sense. There you go. German Guastroy this, or Italian Guastroy, find themselves with a machine gun. Thumbs up. Messy here for the Allies, even as they're fighting back hard. And the assault with shotguns and riflemen here. The two floating a lot of resources, like he's almost got 800 manpower, close to 200 fuel, yet he is still just not doing anything with it. Really feels like he's aiming for the whiz-bang here. There you go. Whiz-bang has been selected and summoned forth here.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
425, 271.
They've captured a victory point.
125, 269. Stupid meeting hell here.
Commander, we should spend our munitions.
125, 269. Scouts here getting a bit of route. We're also close to absolutely biting a large amount of dirt. East side German forces influencing the castle ruins right from constructing up here in the center. There you go. Whiz-bang unleashing hell into Maxis' chances early above. Punishing him here. But he gets out of it. He charges through. Heedless of casualties.
Enemy forces are converging.
And the
on
west
fuel
side
point.
German column 100 then diving through here. A lot of stuff going on here. Bazooka team holding before they take out the truck holding the flank 36. 250 there, holding up despite being low in
One of our
health.
sectors is now in enemy hands.
Got Lattouf finally upgrading bazooka rockets. Thumbs up to that.
Resources cut off. We have territory isolated.
Delirious with grenades. Castle rooms, they're falling to the German Reich that we got here. Lattouf for the swift and ruthless response.
Research carried out.
Bit of quiet here. We've got the
Enemy movement near
Panzergers.
a victory point. German whiz-bang awaiting assignment to your sector.
I'm rushing the Panzergers.
Give him an answer, boy. Rifle losing integrity.
Right, it's the Panzerjägers.
Rifleman down. No survivors.
Rive squad though bit the bullet here, smashed apart with German gunfire. We got Maxis holding his men here into the castle run squad by Panda Fleet, forms up a small, strong, tactical battle group with which these scattered Americans on Lattouf simply cannot provide enough firepower to hold this synergy of armor and infantry. There you go, Whiz-bang trying to do with all now their scattering figures, minimizing the impact of Lattouf's Whiz-bang, leaving it just a bit of whiz rather than Whiz-bang. The soldiers partially charging it. Machine guns that got about hit with a flurry of grenades here. Does suppress the troops, but the crew itself gets absolutely splattered across the ground here. Recruited by the captain. Panda Feather dying for all of this. Going for the whiz-bang. Really getting hectic and chaotic. Bazooka teams are holding the Panda Feather here. Close call there. West side, Hunter seems to also finally get a bit of movement here. He's been sort of apparently a bit asleep there in the west. 124, 259. Delirious, no tanks, which means the tank depot is kind of a bit of a waste there. If he still ends up just going straight for the Pershing, it obviously means it's going to be resource-wise, it take longer to get towards the Pershing. I'm not sure I think I'm a fan of that one. Meanwhile, second whiz-bang full of turf. As he also becomes a whiz-whiz, or you have to get some bangs off. Maxis are following up here with a Panzer 3-4.
Now under enemy control.
Back feeling after that being hammered, Castle being claimed here in the name of democracy. They fuse mortar bombs. Interesting. 116, 259.
Our opponent has all victory points under their control.
There you go. Triple
Act
cap
now.
from the Reich against the Allies. 118, 259. There you go. Razor to lose here by Hunter.
We've lost a squad of riflemen at the front.
And another Rive squad gets absolutely perforated here. Another blow to democracy. Both Allied players here going for another Rive squad. Lattouf continues to view SSF commandos as something he doesn't bother with. Going trouble here with German infantry, though the still suppresses them, pins them even. 1074 plus 259.
Rifleman squad deployed.
Significant columns of German armoured vehicles on the move here, supported by infantry. Being 70s 259.
Stay low, goddammit!
Don't force the catch put across the Churchill cheap car, see if he's not careful. His whiz-banging about. I mean, could pop the rocket pod on one of them at least.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
Very premature there, volley there, I think, out of Lattouf.
German whiz-bang awaiting assignment to your sector.
But Delirious continues his Pershing stall. As we get more Panther feet on the deck, in this case it is Hunter's turn to go for Panther 3. Gain 54, 59. Ends the feast unleashing hell here under Maxis command on San Diego. Whizbang flying straight at it. Most of the rockets though hit the nearby tree line, being a complete waste of a barrage. Then unfortunately for Lattouf. There you go, rocket pod popped, surprising the Panzer right in front of it. It looks like he failed to get the white there, fortunate for the Germans. A bit of a depressing moment there for Lattouf, I imagine. Even more rocket fire machines being all off the platoon team right from the about to go white and white. They get the chaos is only increasing here. And the Americans are definitely suffering here at a rather aggressive rate.
Point is no longer under our control.
Green 37, 259. Scats being blasted by a solitary Panzer III here. Rather than advancing, getting hammered here by the German forces. Allied efforts continue to be more and more scattered here, but the Germans remain, I think, fairly focused and concentrated. Green 28 is 259. Green 26 is 259.
They're hitting us at our base.
Unit there wiped out. Another blow to the Americans. Delirious got the command points there for the Pershing unlocked. He's got the fuel, he just needs a bit more manpower. The question of course becomes, by the time he has the Pershing, can you do enough with it? Will they have enough time? You see Hunter is just absolutely ripping through Delirious forces here. More crews on the run, grappling, getting absolutely perforated. Two desperate tries to assist him with a whiz-bang barrage, but ends up being another whiz-whiz. Anti-tank guns down. Chaos is only increasing, losses are piling up. Delirious in particular is not looking particularly beaten up. Can call in the Pershing he wants to.
Sector gone.
Perhaps the sheer shock of the catch being inflicted on him has caused some kind of command paralysis, leaning and unable to just press the button. Well, apparently just found enough strength to press the button.
A Sherman with a whiz-bang rocket launcher is ready.
More whiz-bangs for Lattouf.
Down to 300 points.
And another Panther 3 here for Hunter.
Commander, enemy in control of all victory points.
188 to 259.
Our territory's cut off.
Can the Pershing turn the tide for democracy? Black 36 lining up, here to engage the Pershing heavy tank. Great first shot there. Whiz-bangs flying into the cast wounds. Pershing hunted down Panther and Cantor down East Black 36 transfers as well here. Situation for America remains ever worsening here.
The enemy is winning this fight.
Losses are piling up. They're just not inflicting the same level of casualties on the Germans.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
146 to 159.
We've lost the territory sector.
Brief moment of quiet here. News for Delirious. Another Panther 3 here for Hunter. So many Panther 3s. Against these two, we got 210 to 259. There you go, Pershing former Panther 3 taking a lot of damage. Side armor occupies a lot less protection in the front here against the Panther 3s. And there you go. Allies can see the battle. The losses are too heavy, and the Germans are just too numerous. So there you go, GG, game over. Bit of a ruthless fight here. Allied strategy definitely had some issues. Coordination, I think, also suffered a bit there as well. But hope you enjoyed the match and learned something from it. This is Imperial Instinct. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.